Hi, everyone. It's Coco Peru with I'll Show You Mine, a drag queen show and tell. And today I have a very special guest. Oh, God, this queen I was obsessed with many, many years before I ever met her. I was kind of in awe of her. And she's a filmmaker, stage director, does so many special events in San Francisco. And I'm so proud that I finally asked to be in one of her shows, and she said yes. And since then, she's put me in two shows. Please welcome my dear friend, Peaches Christ.
Hi, Coco. Oh my God, that's the best introduction I've ever gotten. I swear.
I don't believe that.
Well, I mean, you know that I've been a hardcore fan of yours for years and years. So when you walked up to me and said, "Put me in a show," I actually didn't believe you were serious.
Well, I was, and you've put me in two shows, and they were some of the best times of my life.
I called your bluff.
Yes, and you're going to put me in a third, I hope.
Well, let's do it. We can work on writing it now. We have the time.
Exactly. So anyway, I've been doing this little thing where I share with people things around my house. And we thought, wouldn't it be fun if we got some of my drag friends to show me some of their things? So I'll show you mine first, and then you're going to show me yours.
I played this game.
Why I picked these objects to show you is because it is so absurd. And I know if there's anyone who can cackle, and I don't expect you to cackle today, but we cackle together about the absurdities in our life. So, I was out in my backyard not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, planting some things, and I dug up in the dirt. Can you see these two things? Right?
Are they rocks?
They're rocks.
They're like moons.
Yes, they're like moon rocks, and they're like a weird kind of weight. And I was like, this is not a normal rock. I have found outer space things.
Yes.
Moon rocks. I was so excited. I was convinced I have found moon rocks. And a friend came over and she was like, I don't think those are moon rocks. And I was like, well, what are they? And she was like, those are barbecue rocks.
Well, that definitely deserved a cackle. I don't think she's right. I've never even heard of barbecue rocks.
I went online and I found things that look just like these. And they're barbecue rocks. So meaning that the people who lived in the house before me had a barbecue and threw these in the dirt. But here's what's really absurd. Mm-hmm. I've kept them and I have them on display. And if people ask me what they are, I'm like, they're moon rocks.
Yeah. No, for all we know, your friend knows nothing about barbecue rocks. I mean,
that's true.
So I know I've seen a lot. I've seen the movie Alien. I've seen Close Encounters. I'm pretty sure those are from the outer galaxy.
Well, see, that's why I wish we were friends since teenage years, because we both have crazy imaginations. Yeah. You used to do haunted houses in your house as a child. I did it 1 year, but we wanted so badly to create, and our minds, this is sort of what I love. Really, why I keep these is that my mind went right to the fantastical place when I found it. She didn't rock. She went right out into outer space. So that's really why I keep these two things. And I knew that you, of all my friends, would understand these two things.
I do love that story. And I wish you had not discussed it with her, but rather took them to an Academy of Science first, convinced that you had this. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're in Van Nuys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I showed you mine. I want you to show me yours.
Well, it's funny because I'm not a collector anymore. I'm not. I live in San Francisco. My partner and I live in a very small apartment. You know that. You've been here. So I can't hang on to stuff, So I get rid of stuff. So I thought, well, what is something I've hung on to that I enjoy looking at? And I thought of this because this is in my bedroom, and it's something that it means a lot to me because when I made my first feature film, it was called All About Evil. The crew and the cast gave this to me on the last day after we did the last shot. Now, the last shot in a feature film is called a martini. I noticed someone drew a martini glass. Oh, there it is. So that this is after the martini shot, or no, it's the second to last shot. The second to last shot is the martini. Then the final shot before you wrap is the final shot. But they all signed it behind my back, and it just means the world to me. I love this because I never even thought I'd get to keep this thing.
Well, I think it's amazing. Not only, you're a drag queen. How many drag queens make movies? Like,
well, not very many. No, not very, me and
Eklina.
Wood. And
Well,
actually, we have a very similar aesthetic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but it's a great movie, and it has some great Cassandra Peterson,
Natasha signed
Natasha.
Natasha stars in it, and Thomas Dekker and Mink Stoll. And yeah, so it's not just the cast who signed it, who of course are celebrities, but the entire crew signed it. And so I love looking at the different names. Many of these people, such as Rick Ray and some of the other crew members, I still work with today, you know. So speaking of haunted houses, you know, I do a haunted attraction. Some of these same people who worked on All About Evil work on that show, and you've worked with them as well. So it takes a village. I'm the kind of drag queen, as you know. You are brilliant to me because you can get up there, one woman, tell these stories, do a monologue. I tend to want to do shows, you know, where there's 100 people and fireworks are exploding. You know, I go insane, and they're a hot mess, as you know. All my shows are. There's no such thing as being flawless.
I know, and it was a wonderful experience for me to be in a Peaches Christ production. And I will say this: I love what you showed me today. What do you call that thing?
The slate.
The slate. I love your slate because it is a reminder that not only are all of those celebrities, Mink Stoll and Cassandra being two of your icons,
yes.
Not only are they still friends with you, but as you said, all of those people that worked on the crew, they're all still friends with you. They all still want to work with you. And like myself, I think the reason why people want to work with Peaches Christ in a Peaches Christ, any kind of production, whether it's film or stage, is a reflection of who you are, and that you really take care of everybody and are so respectful and so generous and so kind. And that slate is just a reminder of really who Peaches Christ is in this world. So thank you.
Gosh, it's so sweet. It's so. But most of my drag queen friends, when they ask me to do something like this, I have to gird my loins. You know, I have to really be ready for, you know, what am I going to say when she calls me fat, you know, or whatever.
Well, I got all of that out at your roast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yes, the roast.
So I don't feel the need to roast you anymore.
Good.
But, you know, I love you. And let me just say this to our fans watching. We're all part of a big community. And although you might feel alone right now, we're here to keep you company. All right? And Peaches and I love all of you. And we thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Coco.
Thank you, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye.